Yeah, this time I end it so that I can find the button. What up, y'all? Black Image Entertainment.
Holy War 007.
Cut up. So I've been having some challenges, man.
Like,
Tech, like it seems, man. I have a surge protector on the entire house.
mm-hmm.
I didn't know this, but you could buy a surge protector for your
breaker.
Yeah, your breaker. So I bought one of those, had it installed, paid some pretty good money because it's way too many electronics in here that are sensitive on electricity. But even with the surge protector, it seems like I'm always having something either burn out, malfunction. It seems like a constant battle of something breaking or something. Is it just me? It seems like tech. If I think about it, like I can still turn on my Nintendo today and it works.
Mm-hmm.
But all of this stuff that I'm paying high dollar for in like 2019,
my Atari still works.
This shit ain't even lasting 10 years.
My Tube TV still work that I used to play.
Right. My Tube TV. Matter of fact, I gave my uncle my Tube TV because I just couldn't deal with it no more. It was still working. It wasn't worth throwing away. He was happy to get it. But these flat screen TVs and receivers and PlayStations.
But my Switch even started acting squirrely on me.
What?
Yeah, like for some reason that bitch would not turn on. Like I don't know what the hell. Shit wouldn't turn on, and basically I had to look up and find out how to reset a hard reset with the system off. And I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah.
And I mean, I got hours and hours and things of like fully unlocked, put on that damn game system for it to just, die on me without even having it a full year.
Well, they now they're coming out with the Nintendo Switch 2. Which is not going to be a new console. It's just going to be like a PlayStation Slim.
So it's a smaller Switch to fit in your pocket, or is it a bigger one?
I think they're adding Bluetooth, and I think they're expanding the battery life on it.
That's the only two big things that it needs.
Yeah, it does need those things. Yeah, because it's painful for me to take off my noise canceling Bluetooth headphones and put these up. Let me find the little 3.5 millimeter jack. No Bluetooth at all? Nintendo? For real? Nintendo ain't even making shit as good as they used to. Shit, like I said at the beginning, my regular Nintendo still works to this day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my receiver burnt out. My Pioneer receiver toast. And
so what happened? You had it plugged, or you think it took a surge?
I have it plugged into a Monster Clean Power setup.
Oh,
the expensive Monster
Clean
Power setup.
Right. So is it not turning on, or what?
Oh, so anyway, it went into a fail-safe thing, and it was sitting on the fail-safe thing for maybe a good week or two because I was working a whole bunch. And so then I went to go turn it on, and it goes to the fail-safe, turns on, turns off. Fail-safe, turns on, turns off. Press a button in, turns on, turns off. Like instantaneous, like it goes pick, 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 just dead. So I'm like, okay, well, I unplugged it for a while, and maybe with no power, its internal memory will reset. And so I left it unplugged for about a week, just because I forgot about it. I had it next work week. Plugged it in. No power.
Oh,
zero, nothing.
Damn.
Not even standby was coming on.
Ooh.
Like that shit was just going.
What about the standby light?
Nothing. No standby. Nothing.
Yeah. So the little red light ain't on the. Ooh.
Nothing.
And you make sure it's plugged in good.
Yeah. plugged it into clean power, plugged it into regular power, pulled it off my whole thing, disconnected everything, plugged it into a regular power socket. That shit is
done.
gone. And I'm like,
yeah, man.
and I was like, I don't even use it that much anymore. I was like really hurt. I was like, out of every receiver I've bought since I was 16,
has lasted.
still works.
That's a good point. That's a good point because I've basically my equipment was always the cool, up to date equipment. So I would migrate as I would upgrade. I would migrate it to my family. They still using the stuff that I bought, like you said, when I was 15, 16.
Yeah.
It still works. They still using it today. But I don't have anything to give them now because all the shit is breaking.
Basically.
Before I'm done using it. And so I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think I started you on the Pioneers, on the receivers.
On the receivers.
Yeah, on the receivers. So I've been buying Pioneer for a long time.
I had a very entry level, which was my first one, which was my very first receiver was a Pioneer. It was entry level. Just basically very first hi-fi surround sound, very basic.
I've been buying Pioneers for a long time, at least like 20, 25 years, if not longer. Yeah, if not longer. Then, when it came to this last setup that I did, I bought a Pioneer 701 Elite, and it advertises as 11.2, but it's not a real 11.2 sound. They pissed me off with that, so I ended up going with a Denon. So I thought my Denon went out. This thing overheats. It overheats like, if you look up the Denon 6400, they talking about you got to buy a separate cooling apparatus in order to keep it cool. And so when I thought my receiver was broke, I told him, I said, I can't have it any more open than where it sits. It's just sitting on the shelf. It doesn't have anything on the side, doesn't have anything on the front, doesn't have anything on the back. It's just sitting on the shelf because it runs hot. That thing ain't finna last. I'm paying money for it. Y'all look up how much 6400 costs.
And so me, like my receiver lineup was a Pioneer was my first entry level. Then I had a Sony, and then I jumped up from the Sony. I went to a Yamaha 6.1, and then from the Yamaha 6.1 I went to a Harman Kardon 7.2, and then from the Harman Kardon 7.2 I went to an upgraded Pioneer 7.2.
I started out with a Magnavox. Actually, I started out with an Emerson. I started out with an Emerson. Then I went to Magnavox. And then I think after the Magnavox, I pretty much, you know what? I had a Harman Kardon for a little while. I don't think I've ever owned a Yamaha, and I had a Sony for a little while. But them things, I didn't keep them that long. I would always switch them out for a Pioneer. And so Pioneer took me off with this last one, my dad, he had a Onkyo. I never owned an Onkyo, but then Pioneer ended up buying them.
Yeah, my next one that I'm looking at is going to be Onkyo.
Don't do that. And, this Denon, I don't know. It's okay. The only thing that really makes the Denon good is the Odyssey, which is where you set the mic in the middle of the room. Because I got Atmos set up, so it automatically set up the Atmos. That's the only really good thing about it. And then I still didn't even like how the microphone set it up because it's kind of cool. I want to go into it just a little bit. They give you this diagram of how your Atmos should look. And then you take the Odyssey mic and you put it in 12 different positions in the room so that it can measure the sounds that it needs to do in order to make a perfect Atmos. So you're always impressed when you go to Dolby, and I'll be like, because I hear this shit all the time. I'm spoiled now to Dolby. If I go to the theater and I'm not hearing Dolby, I'm like, what the hell? I saw all the movies that we just mentioned in Dolby. I was like, okay, they do a pretty good job, It's a little, it's a tiny better than mine. But if I got my shit cranked up, you finna hear birds and shit over there. And my seat be rumbling just like oh yeah. So, but I don't know. That Monster Power is probably my oldest piece of equipment down there. Mm-hmm. And that thing is solid. I ain't had any problems out of that thing.
I got the same exact one.
Yeah. I pay a lot of money for that thing too. For something that just cleans power, I dumped a lot. I dumped a lot of money into that thing. But yeah, so come to find out, we'll just say my screen. Okay, my projector is messed up because I don't have a screen. I just got a projector. So I got to call the manufacturer and get some warranty work done on it. I changed out almost every component in my setup trying to find out this one problem and come to find out it's a problem with the projector. So, and I've only been using the projector it hadn't even been a year yet. So tech isn't what it used to be. That's all I'm going to say. The only system that I'm not 100% sure still works, and we both had problems out of them, is that Saturn. That Saturn was a little flaky little something.
Yeah.
But that Dreamcast, I ain't ever had not one problem.
Had problems with their PlayStation 2 and the Xbox 360s.
Everybody had a problem with the 360. You had a problem with the PlayStation 2?
Yeah, the discrete error. That shit used to happen all the goddamn time. And people were on their like 6 or 7 PlayStation 2s by the time it was end of its life cycle because that discrete error.
I ain't had those problems.
Man.
I got a first console though. Did y'all have first ones? Like I stood in line overnight for that shit.
I had Gen 1. I had a Gen 1 too. But mine didn't. Mine started to do it, but it didn't die like everybody else's.
They would eventually die altogether?
Yeah, to where we would read not one disc whatsoever.
You know what? Now that you mentioned that, I think I do kind of remember something about that. And then that's when they introduced a hard drive for the PlayStation 2. And so I think I hacked the PlayStation 2 in that hard drive, and I had a shit ton of games on it. And I never used the disc drive. So maybe that is sounding a little bit familiar because the only way you could get the hard drive was with Final Fantasy 11. Yeah.
Final Fantasy
11. So I had the hard drive and a shit ton of games. So Nintendo was fine. The Atari was fine. The Super Nintendo had no problems. The 64 didn't have any problems.
Throw that shit down a flight of stairs. That thing.
The Genesis, I had some problems with my Genesis.
The only problem most people have with their Genesis is if they traveled a lot, the way the pins were in that connection port would bend, and you'd have to get a new connector port all the time.
Yeah.
Because it was like kind of like the S-Video-esque cable port thing. And that was like the generation 2 and 3, I think it was.
And then my Sega CD, I think that thing still works.
I miss Sega CD.
But then they had so many of those, and they said that people were having problems with those too, with the original, the fat ones on the bottom.
Yeah.
But my CDX, I know that thing still works. That thing, I used to use the Game Gear battery to power my CDX, and I have that's how I knew the Sonic CD song so good. Because I used to carry a Sega Genesis and a Sega CD in my pocket. That thing was hard to find. That shit was expensive too. Neo Geo was a little shitty system. The controllers were always breaking on it, but the system itself was solid. Just stick a big ass, huge ass cart. But if your joysticks lasted, let's see, the TG16 seems like I had some problems with my Turbo. Yeah, it had the same like power connector problem because it had a brick. Then it had like the plug-in on the back as well. And if you could bend the pin in there for the power. And the Turbo CD, I don't remember having any problems with that one. 3DO, I had the problems with the Panasonic one. No, wait. The Panasonic one was the flat one. Who made the one that went on the
That was 3DO.
Yeah, but who was the manufacturer that? Because 3DO had like 3 different manufacturers.
You said it was a Panasonic.
No, because my Panasonic still works, but the fat one doesn't work anymore. Dreamcast, no problems. GameCube, no problems. PlayStation 3 had some problems. It would
the cell processor would die and heat up and burn out.
Blue screen. Yeah, I was crying when my PlayStation 3 died. My backwards compatible first gen 60 gig PlayStation 3 with 4 USB ports. But Sony bailed me out of that one. They said, okay, if you can send us your backwards compatible one, because by the time my PlayStation 3 died, I think Xbox One was out. So, yeah. So I said, oh shit, I'm not gonna be able to do my backwards compatible games anymore. Because the PlayStation 4 wasn't out just yet. So I said, oh shit, what am I gonna do? So I emailed Sony, I said, hey, my PlayStation 3 died. They said, if you could prove to us that you own the 60 gig, send it to us. And I think they charged me maybe, I want to say $50, maybe $75. They sent me a brand new PlayStation 3 backwards compatible. That's what that one. That's not my original PlayStation 3. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not my original. Yeah. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I still have my original 60 backwards.
Yeah, that one's a 60 backwards, but it's not the one that I bought. Yeah. Weren't we together when we bought those?
You bought them. I didn't have that $600 to drop them at that time. We went together, yes, but I didn't buy one.
What? You know, I still got that other one.
Really?
Yes, I still have it, man. I got a brand new inbox, 60 gig backwards compatible, never opened.
It'd have been 40 gigs if it was at launch. The 60. It was 40.
And I think it came with Metal Gear.
It
came with Talladega Nights. Yeah, I still got that one.
Talladega Nights is a movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it was launched with the Blu-ray.
Yeah. Yeah, I still got that one. Brand new in the box. Even the little PlayStation.
No, 80 gigs is whatchamacallit. Yours would be 60 because and Metal Gear Solid was the upgraded hard drive with 80 gigs on it.
Right.
Because it was.
But if you went with the 80 gigs, it was like you lost 2 USB ports or something like that.
That was the first one that they just changed the hard drive out and gave you the bigger hard drive. Because mine still has all 4 ports in it, and mine was the Metal Gear Solid. And that's what I waited for, because it was like I heard whispers through the grapevine that was going to be the last backwards compatible model.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't a launch console.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. That sounds right. That I would agree with that, because I think when it launched, they only had the 20 and the 60, and the 60 came with Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
And the 20 didn't come with anything.
Correct.
Was it backwards compatible?
I don't even think I don't even think the 20s were backwards compatible because it didn't have the hard drive space to run the ROM software on it.
Yeah, but you didn't use even 5 gigs of the 60.
I know, but it had to run some type of software on it. I think.
Yeah, you're right. It did have to run some kind of software. You had to install some kind of software on it to make it read. I think it was just PlayStation 2 games
or something like that. It was something. It was
something weird, but you bought
it just went ahead and put it in plug and play.
That's why I was crying when mine finally went out. Did you sign up for that Linux?
Nah.
I didn't sign up for that. Anyway, if you bought your PlayStation, one of the things that they were trying to sell is that you could dual boot it into an operating system or something and turn it into a computer. But they never did anything with it. So now we're part of some kind of class action lawsuit where they sent me. Did you get the letter?
I did.
Okay.
I got the letter and I was like, I don't even care.
And that's what they expect us to do. That's exactly what they want us to do. It's been so long.
I was like, I don't care. I was like,
it pissed me off at the time, but I just eventually got over it. Anyway, tech has changed. You know, I haven't had any problems with my Xbox One.
But the one thing I did have issues with my PlayStation 3 is my built-in wireless adapter was awful. It would drop packets all the time. I couldn't get any speeds out of it regardless. I mean, it was just stupid slow. So I always had to have my PlayStation 3 hardwired in to even remotely be able to do anything on it.
What were you playing online on PlayStation 3?
Street Fighter.
Really?
What else did I have?
I think I was just warming up to online with the PlayStation 3, and then the only game that I even remotely tinkered with was Red Dead and Grand Theft. I didn't really do online with. I mean, I would upload my scores, but I think I tried to play like Rock Band over the internet one time.
Once again, the online when I played was so rinky dink because
right.
You didn't have to pay for it back then; it was free, and so like it kind of sucked.
Right, and that's how they justified charging us now the yearly subscription for PlayStation Plus.
And Xbox from the beginning was like,
already charging.
We're going to charge you, but you're going to have some of the best games.
You're going to have reliable service. And so that's what kept the Xbox alive for so long was Xbox Live.
Yeah, because especially with they almost lost. PlayStation almost lost a lot of their Black community because they couldn't play a full game of Live or Madden without the game dropping.
Yeah. And so that's when Black folks started migrating to the Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that whole thing is crazy. I remember when my Xbox Elite died. They swore to me that thing was going to die. I went out and spent another $400 on another Xbox that I didn't really need if it was eventually going to fail, just like the original white ones.
Mm-hmm.
It lasted longer, but it did the same shit.
But it still looked nice being all black, though. Look at that. Everything you got black. You got this white ass Xbox.
I ain't have no problems with my original Xbox.
I've sent both of my Xbox 360s off to Microsoft and had to have them repaired.
You only had 2 Xbox 360s?
I have 3 of them now, but only.
You only ever had 3?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
Did we stand in line for that?
Yeah, 3 at the house. No, we did. We weren't even friends when the first Xbox came out.
No, the 360. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm just talking about we weren't friends yet because we became.
Wait a second. You said you sent 3 Xbox 360s back, but you're talking about the Xbox now. I'm asking you, didn't we stand in line together for the 360?
No, because we met playing Fight Night for the 360 at Best Buy, and the like 360 was already out.
Oh, okay. What you buying with your 360? I bought Cameo. I think that thing is still sealed.
I bought Fight Night Round 3 because that's what I was beating people's faces.
It didn't come out with the 360.
It came out. It was a launch title.
I don't think so.
If it wasn't a launch title, it came out weeks afterwards.
Oh, okay, maybe so. It may have came out weeks later, but I don't think it was the launch title.
I mean, it was right after that thing came out.
Because that game only came out, 360 only came out with Perfect Dark Zero, Cameo.
I didn't buy that. Burnout. I think there was a.
And I think it was a Burnout, and that was the 3 titles that it came out with.
I had Burnout. I still have Burnout and the Fight Night. But the only thing I remember playing 360 wise was just the Fight Night. I thought that was my shit.
No, I was buying all of my games, all my fighting games, since that's mostly what I play on the PlayStation. But because the PlayStation Network was so shitty, I started kind of slowly buying some fighting games so I could play on Xbox Live. And I guess the main game that I played on my 360 was Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And then it seems like I played that game through 4 360s. Just that one game. I went through probably 7.
Project Gotham Racing was my launch title.
Okay.
So the launch titles were Amped 3, Call of Duty 2, Condemned, FIFA 2006 Gun, Cameo, Madden 6, NBA 2K6, NBA Live 6, Need for Speed, Most Wanted, NHL 2K6, Perfect Dark Zero, Peter Jackson, King Kong, Project Gotham, Quake, Ridge Racer, and Tiger Woods and Tony Hawk. Okay, so you know what? The reason I can only remember those 3 titles is because those were the only 3 I was interested in. Because most of them, I'm not going to get Tiger Woods. I'm not going to get NBA Live. I'm not going to get Madden. Not getting Call of Duty. So yeah, that was no, but I didn't have any problems with my Wii. My Wii still boots up and plays just fine. Did you know the Wii channel just went offline where you can't buy games off the virtual console anymore? That came through my news feed so many times, like it was such a big deal. I didn't understand why that was such a big deal. I never understood why I had to see it in my news for like a month straight. Wii channel going down, Wii channel going down. I didn't use the Wii channel in the first fucking place. I didn't get it. I did not get that one. The Wii U, I didn't play it long enough to have any problems with it. I've sunk some hours into it, but I ultimately don't have one anymore. I hate to say this, but I paid what does this come out for? $399. $399. So I paid $400, and I will honestly admit here on live. Now I may have sunk in 5 hours into my Wii U. Maybe. That's stretching. The 3 hours that we played Smash Brothers. And to find out that we couldn't even play online properly together. And then about a good hour and a half into Mario Kart. I don't even know what other game. I mean, I was rebuying. Like I bought Wind Waker on the Wii U, but I never played it. I didn't buy Tropical Freeze. Same reason that you didn't buy it. I bought Bayonetta. I never opened it. I lost it. It was like I bought it and then I don't know. It disappeared when I moved or something. But yeah, but the Wii U was a really good original concept, though. it just came too soon right after the
The
Wii.
Wii. Yeah.
And so it was a good concept because I like to play it on the little handheld thing. I wish the range was a little better, but they totally fixed that with the Wii instead of partially portable. I mean, fixed with the Switch. Instead of partially portable,
Make
it's
it all
fully portable.
And that brings the conversation full circle. The only reason they really releasing the Switch 2 or Switch 1.5, whatever the fuck they got, the heck of a Wii or a Switch, but y'all shouldn't do that shit.
We already got videos, you dumbass asshole.
If they ask you what to say about it, you weren't ready for that one. It was the seriousness. You had to sell the seriousness. You know, it just came and hit him on the side. He wasn't even ready for it. Black Image Entertainment. I hope you like our rants about tech. It went a little long, as always.
How long is that? Holy War 007?
We out.
Tinkle.